Hey Adventures, so this is my quick reaction, spoiler-free reaction, review, thoughts, whatever it is that I'm calling it, of episode 8 of The Rings of Power, which is the season finale. And overall, I'm not too happy about it. There's some things that I like about this one. I will say this one is probably the prettiest episode of them all. Like the things that we see, the look of the world and everything, it looks amazing. Characters get a change of clothes for once and it looks good. I mean, there's a couple characters who have been able to change their clothes, but for the most part everybody's worn the same clothes since day one type thing, and I don't understand that. But this episode we did get some new costumes, some more looks at the Elven realms, specifically Eregion, and it looks good. Lots of stuff that I'm pretty impressed with. So let's see, I'll go quickly through the different storylines that it follows. So it follows the Harfoot storyline and the Stranger storyline, and I have lots of issues with that storyline, namely the teleportation and the lack of time that it takes to travel. Again, same with all the other storylines too, actually. But anyways, so there is that one. We do learn more about the Stranger. We learn more about the Hobbits, or the Harfoots, whatever. We don't actually learn any more about them, we just see more of them. And then we learn more about the Mystics. We then, let's see, what's the other storyline we follow? We follow Galadriel and Halbrand, and then Celebrimbor and Elrond and Eregion. And so that's really the Elven storylines that we're following. And then we also get a little tiny bit of Numenor, Ar-Pharazôn, Eärien, and then Elendil and Miriel. So those are really the storylines, basically an Elven storyline, a Harfoot storyline, and a Numenorian storyline. Can't think. So those are really all that we get. I will say that I didn't like any of these storylines or where they went. The Numenorian one was probably the best again, and there was like a total of like 5 minutes of Numenorian storyline, maybe something like that. So it wasn't very much at all. Maybe more than that, maybe closer to 10, but it was very short amount of time, very short amount of time spent on the Numenorians. The Harfoot stuff had a lot of stuff that didn't make sense in it, and then the Elven one was very much just it made sense with the lore established in the show, but not with the lore that Tolkien established. So again, it was one of those types of things. And again, all of the creation of all of the everything that happens with the Elven storyline, it feels more like generic fantasy than like Tolkien fantasy, because everything in Tolkien is so particular, so it's done for a reason. Because this happens, this is able to happen, or because this happened in the past, now it has led to all these other things leading to this one thing, and anything in between there that could have changed everything, and it didn't because of, but type thing. You know, it's all very particular, very thought out, and that just wasn't there with this show, with the Elven storyline, with any of the storylines. But it's just, you notice it most with the Elven storyline because that's what we know as readers from Tolkien, reading Tolkien's books. That's what we know the most. So I think probably a lot of people really like this episode. I had a lot of issues with it. We get some answers to some questions. I can't say that I was surprised by any of them, because I guessed them all, or at least had considered them in some way. Okay, so this is probably what's going to happen of some sort, and I don't like that. It's rather disappointing when the whole show is like, from the beginning you know exactly who everybody is. That's kind of bad. Anyways, so that's my thoughts on my spoiler-free thoughts on this episode 8 finale. I didn't love it. There wasn't a whole lot in this show that I really loved. It was by far the most beautiful episode, in my opinion, and that's with me only having watched all the episodes once, and so I just looking at it, and as I watched it, it's like, wow, this looks really nice. It's very pretty, very well shot. But yeah, so that's where I'll leave that, and I will continue on. Thanks for watching an Erudite Adventure. Hopefully this helps you. I will probably eventually have a big spoiler-free, I will probably eventually have a big spoiler discussion of the entire show. I don't know if I'm going to do a live stream and have some other people on, or if I'm going to just do a sit down and talk about it by myself. One of the things that I want to do is a look forward at where I think, based on what we see from season 1, where I think they should take the following 4 seasons. And that's if it gets made. Honestly, at this point, I'd be fine if it didn't get made, if we got season 2, since that's already in production, and then nothing else if they canceled it after that, because I don't even want season 2 at this point. I will continue probably, I don't know, we'll see when I start getting trailers and stuff for season 2 if I decide that I want to keep covering this show, and also based on what you guys think, the audience thinks, and if you want me to continue covering the show, then I'll continue covering the show. But at the moment, I'm not loving it, and that's from me who, yes, I'm a major Tolkien fan. Tolkien's my favorite author, that's all that kind of stuff. But I also don't have as great an understanding of the lore as a lot of people do. And so there's me who's a major Tolkien fan who has an understanding of a lot of the lore, but not nearly as much as some people. And then there's also me as a storyteller who wants to see a good story being told. And I just don't see that in this show. It tries, and there's potential for it to be there, and it just isn't there like it needs to be. And that's, I don't know. Anyways, I will probably talk more about this. So I'll have my finale review, spoiler discussion, I guess I'm calling it. I'll have my finale spoiler discussion, and then I'll probably have one more video, maybe 2 more, depending on how things work out. And then I'm gonna be done talking about this show until either season 2 comes out or until I decide to never talk about the show again. So I definitely will be taking a break from the show, at least in terms of dedicated videos. And that'll be good. I'm ready to put the show behind me, and I'm looking forward to December getting back into The Hobbit, January getting back into Lord of the Rings. And if possible, I'd actually like to read some Tales from the Perilous Realm at some point. Maybe this month, maybe next month, maybe the month after. Sometime I really want to get to Tales from the Perilous Realm. Anyways, that's my thoughts, spoiler-free thoughts. I'll leave it there. Thank you guys for watching an Erudite Adventure. We post videos every Monday and Thursday. Our social media is linked in the description down below, and we will see you guys again soon. Stay warm.